Would you believe that the US is proposing new import duties on solar panels of up to 3,521%? The 145% tariff on all Chinese imports previously imposed already seemed extreme by global standards. Even the 10% baseline tariff, the rate applicable to all US imports that's currently applied, this represents a significant increase for many imports. But 3,521% is off the scale in terms of a tariff applied to imports. I've never heard of a tariff at that level before. This is not, at least explicitly, related to the Trump tariffs. The US opened up an investigation into imported solar panels last year, still under the Biden administration. The investigation has found that solar panel imports into the US from Cambodia, Malaysia, Thailand and Vietnam are unfairly priced. There's actually two parts to the investigation. A subsidy investigation, where government subsidies result in a reduced import price to the US. There's also additional duties to be added where imports are considered to be dumped at unfair prices over and above the effect of the subsidies. The rates are calculated by country and by individual company. This shows the list of the proposed levels of duty for both the dumping and subsidy investigations. In summary, the proposed tariffs range from 15% to 3,521%, depending on the country and the company involved. These are exceptionally high tariffs. The highest rate is applied to imports of 4 companies exporting from Cambodia. To countervail the subsidies, the rate is 3,403%, and to counter the dumping, it's 117%, making a total of 3,521%. What does a dumping and subsidy margin of 3,521% actually mean? It means that, for example, if the fair price for a solar panel was considered to be $300, that the import price is actually around 9 cents. That is, effectively, the US International Trade Administration calculated that some of the solar panels investigated were virtually given away for free. This doesn't mean that it has necessarily ever been possible to import a solar panel into the US for 9 cents. To some extent, the most severe calculations in this case have been calculated on very basic information due to lack of cooperation from the exporters involved. Under US law, the administration can make adverse inferences about the extent of dumping and subsidy. Although the duty will have been based on facts available, it is likely that the worst facts possible have been selected. The proposed duties now will go to the International Trade Commission, who will determine whether imports of solar panels from these 4 countries have injured the US solar panel industry. The ITC should make their decision by June. There's always a trade-off in these cases. If imports from these 4 countries have been dumped and subsidised by anything like these levels, this will have unfairly harmed US industry. However, such high duties will have a dramatic impact on the price of solar panels for consumers and business in the US. We live in very strange times. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.